Hi, this is John from Cars Repaired Made Easy. We are going to do a maintenance check on this car for the customer, and this is helpful to anybody. You know, if you own a car, you want to check all your fluids and do basic maintenance checks and see if any service is needed. On this particular car, this is a 2000 Saturn with a 1.9 liter twin cam 16 valve. Over here we have our power steering fluid. We can check that. It's got a little dipstick on it with a line for cold. There's also a line for hot. Okay, it's got enough in there. Right here is where your antifreeze overflow is. If you don't have one here for the level, you would have a cap on your radiator to check the fluid, which this one does not. This is a pressurized system. And that coolant is a little bit overfull, but it's full. This is where your washer fluid goes for your windshield. Now we're going to check the oil level on this particular vehicle. Most oil dipsticks are yellow or they're black and it says engine oil on it. You always wipe clean the first time and then dip it a second time. Okay, this one's a little bit over full. Normally on a dipstick you have these crosshatch marks. You have an L for low and full for full, and anywhere in this hash mark here would be satisfactory for enough oil for the engine. This is the battery on here. I know we touched a little bit on our Facebook page about the batteries. Generally they have a 2 to 3 year lifespan. Most of the time on a regular lead cell battery. Optima batteries I think have a 7-year warranty. They last a little bit longer. Now we're going to check the air filter. Looks pretty clean. Now there is a couple things we noticed on this vehicle. Down over here, this serpentine belt is pretty old and cracked up. And should be changed. I don't know if you can get in there and see right down there with all the cracks on the belt. More than 10 cracks in a belt per inch is bad. It will need to be replaced. Over here behind the battery we have the brake fluid reservoir. Most of them are a white transparent plastic. You can actually wiggle it. On the side it has a max line right here, and it is right at that line. See it moving there? It's right at the full mark.
One thing to remember is brake fluid is something you should never add to. If you have to add brake fluid, that means you have a leak somewhere. It is normal for the brake fluid level to go down as your brake pads and or shoes wear. That's just normal, and the fluid will come up when the brakes are replaced.
Now down here we're going to check the tires. This is a 195/60 R15. I don't know if you can see all these cracks around the letters. These tires are dry rotted and need to be replaced. There's also stress cracks up in here. The rubber is just getting old. The one thing to note is if you're going to replace your tires, most vehicles have a sticker here on the door, or it's going to be down here on the B-pillar jamb, and that will show you this car takes P185/65 R15s. Another thing I want to do, nobody ever checks, is you have a little donut spare in the trunk. Okay, this one's not a donut spare, but wherever it is under your compartment here, this is a tire that always gets neglected. Nobody ever puts air in it, and by the time you get a flat, you're putting another flat tire on the vehicle, and that's not good when you're stranded on the side of the road and you're putting another flat tire on because you can't drive on it.
Let's show them the battery sticker on this battery over here with the date.
Oh yeah. And we were talking about the batteries. This is a battery I just replaced in my own vehicle. See, it says 2 of 09. So that put that battery almost 5 years old, right?
Yep.
And this one just failed. But generally 2 to 3 years you get out of a battery, and if you want to make sure you don't get stranded in the winter with the cold temperatures or freezing and cracking, make sure you pay attention to that sticker and the date, so you know, hey, my battery's getting about 2.5 years old, I probably should get another one. And if you have to, save up for it because they're expensive.
And this portion of the sticker here should show the date of when it was purchased, but they didn't punch it, peel out the stickers for the dates for the month and the year. So that would be for the warranty. But that one wasn't done on this one, so we just replaced it because we figured it needed it.
All right, thank you very much. This is another publication of Car Repairs Made Easy, and we'll see you on the next video.